Ooh, psychic visions and symbols. What are they and how can I figure them out half the time? So, again, you get a lot of fluffy spiritual people who think that they're psychic and having lots of visions and stuff. Yeah, okay. What's actually going on in the body? Because you can't argue with what's going on in the body. You can try, but in your own delusion anyway. So, it's a vision, so it has to be in the nervous system, or the ether element. So that's generally up here. But guess what? If the body is not aligned, especially from the base and the whole spine, this is going to be off. So the message is going to get thwarted. And unless the person has the higher senses awakened and you have to sort out the bottom 5 elements or 4 elements to get to the 5th one, you know, Fifth Element movie, all the symbolisms right there, it's going to be misinterpreted. So getting visions is essentially just because we're all got nervous system disconnections at some point. The key is to get rid of them as much as you can. You have to detox and do a lot of yoga and chiropractic treatment for that. So if the person doesn't have good spinal alignment and doesn't look good, they're completely deluded. They just can't tell. Until they've been told many thousands of times by every dude with any fire and any intelligence about them, they still can't see it. No, I'm special and I'm psychic. Not quite. It's a disconnection from the bottom half, well, most of the body, which is going to inevitably therefore be a toxic wasteland, because their nervous system is being cut off from the circuitry and is unable to get to those parts of the body to get the messages back to say, we need to fix this is going wrong, this is not happening. And then they become more and more fluffy and so-called spiritual and disconnected from absolutely everything, because I can guarantee you they feel terrible, and the emotions and things that are incredibly low vibrational, guilt and shame and horror, and if you haven't only got any confidence about you and can actually have a thought pattern and get it done, and then how can you trust them? Because they don't trust themselves. So that symbol or that message that's coming up from the bottom half of the body is essentially go and live or fix me. Reproductive system is the most, and the coccyx two at the bottom are the most toxic waste dump. Trying to get a symbol, fix me, something's gone wrong here, you're not doing good things for yourself. But I'm fluffy and spiritual. I'm okay, I'm special. You're not special, you're just toxic waste dump. And yeah, the biggest sign that you cannot get past unless you're deluded is hemorrhoids. If a person's got this sort of stuff going on, that's essentially parasite shite. Or Jesus would have called it the abominable filth of Satan. So they are coming from the devil, they're just that their body has disconnected from it so they don't have to face it, because they don't have enough energy to take it on. The nervous system is destroyed. And is totally blocked generally with mucus, heavy metals and parasites. And they're calling themselves fancy spiritual psychics. Oh no, yeah, you get the messages, but you're inevitably going to be misinterpreting them because they're a walking head. They don't have a complete, or anywhere near complete nervous system to be able to serve and to be able to even help themselves. Most people can't even drink enough water in a day. It's hilarious. Why? Because they've got a lot of critters and parasites, or we call parasitic entities, it's the fancy spiritual word for it, controlling every thought pattern, every belief system, everything has to run through the nervous system and just disconnected from it. So, if you want to get those symbols interpreted cleanly, well, ask your own higher self is the best way, or ask someone who has a clue. Basically, ask them straight, do you have the psychic centers awakened? Right ones. If not, they're completely deluded, getting messages and misinterpreting everything through a maximum, and I'm incredibly generous, of 4% perception power. Because 10% of the lower brain, the reptilian or the emotional centers, divided by 7 chakras, and they're in a decrepit condition, well, you got 4% maximum, being incredibly generous, and that's why they can't hold a thought pattern. Oh, also the other thing is the first stage of meditation is focused concentration. So if a person cannot hold their own focus, whether it be here or in their body, wherever they choose, without thoughts coming along or visions. They're not psychic, they're not downloading anything because they haven't got that ability. They're just going from their critters. So other people call that the lower self, people call it the ego. It's just poor perception from a toxic waste dump. So if they're going, oh, I'm going to connect upstairs with my flavour of the divine, and oh, I'm getting a pink fluffy elephant, and that means that we should go be playful. They're coming from the solar plexus every time, and if that's not clean and clear, and essentially if it's full of gunk, they're totally deluded. And if they're bloated, bloating is a sign of delusion. Delusion center is the lower abdomen. So ask them, are they strong? Do they have a six pack? Or at least a flat stomach. Otherwise they're completely fluffy and deluded. Hilarious, isn't it? Focus, concentration. If they can't focus for 20 seconds, they've got too many things in the nervous system influencing their beliefs and their thought patterns to be even taken seriously. Really. It's funny. Fluffy and deluded. Plenty of that going around, isn't there?